Hello, Chelsea family. How are you all doing? As we prepare to host Liverpool tomorrow at Stamford Bridge, I've got thoughts, concerns, and a few positives. The latest from the club has revealed a lot. Jackson's long term plan at Bayern, key players limping, youngsters stepping up, but injuries are mounting. I want to run you through each point and what I think it means for Enzo Maresca, and then I'll wrap everything up with my preferred lineup for the game against Liverpool tomorrow. Let's dive in. So before we go into it, I'd like to apologize to you all for not making any post in the last couple of days. I just thought to myself that there was nothing really new to talk about besides the old boring stuff, and I didn't want to bore you guys, and that was my reason behind choosing not to make any posts. I don't want to just make posts for the sake of that. And yeah, so I just thought to just leave it until we have something major to talk about. So with that being said, now let's go straight into it. The news is Bayern Munich have already told Nicholas Jackson and his agent that even if the obligation of appearances in his loan isn't met, they intend to keep him permanently next summer. And this is according to Graham Bailey. So my take on this is that this works perfectly for Chelsea because according to Fabrizio Romano uh, in the post that he made a couple of weeks back, he said the relationship between Nicholas Jackson and Chelsea as a whole is completely broken down. So I don't think there's any reason for Nicholas Jackson to return if that's the case. And I at the same time I feel like if we had Jackson in the squad right now, I think it would do Chelsea a whole lot of good because we only have Liam Delap as the target man, and he's going to be out until November, December if everything goes well, and at worst, then early next year. So if we had Nicholas Jackson in the squad, I think it would have really helped Chelsea. And this was what I talked about earlier, that there was no way this would not come back to bite us because this is Chelsea trying to challenge on all fronts: the Premier League and the Champions League, the Carabao and the FA Cup, and seeing that Chelsea did not even have um, pre-season. The players having neither did the players have resting time to recover and prepare for this ongoing campaign. Players were expected to drop and get injured, and in as much as we got new arrivals and all that, Chelsea did not fully prepare as best as they ought to. And I hope that at the end of the summer, we end up with Chelsea end in a good position in the league or on the table, and whatever the proceeds from the sale of Nicholas Jackson to Bayern Munich, Chelsea invest in other important areas. So yeah, that's my take on that, and I wish Nicholas Jackson all the best. So yeah, according to other sources, it has been said, it was reported yesterday. This was one of the news I thought, okay, I'll share with you guys because these are just, I think these are things that are obvious to a lot of the fans out there. Caicedo, Joao Pedro, Enzo Fernandez have reportedly been playing through pain, skipping some training sessions, and with Pedro not fully fit in some matches. And this is according to Daily Mail. Maresca and Enzo Maresca also confirmed that. And according for Moises Caicedo, is the kind of injury he's said to be facing or having that is playing through is called patellofemoral, and it was also pictured that Enzo Fernandez has his knees strapped. We also have Cole Palmer out for until the end of the international break, and we're still not sure if he's going to be fully fit after the international break. We still have Liam Delap. So yeah, the squad depth is really being tested, And if Maresca's system depends on fitness, sharpness in attack and midfield control, then this week, especially against Liverpool tomorrow, is going to actually test Chelsea's resolve. It's going to test the depth of the Chelsea squad. Okay, these players are good players when they are fit, but now because they don't have enough time to rest, there's no proper squad rotation. They are having to play through pain and injury, which could be catastrophic on the long run. Could really, really make their injuries even worse. We cannot afford to lose Moises Caicedo in the squad. Let me just say this right now. We cannot afford to lose Moises Caicedo. So, I don't know what to say to Enzo Maresca, but the the club need to protect him. Is the most important. I mean, we are still ruining the decisions that the Chelsea hierarchies made not to get a cover for Levi Colwill. If we lose Moises Caicedo to any form of injury, long-term injury, with Dario Sugo out, we cannot rely on the fitness of Romeo Lavia. We have also confirmed that Andre Santos is also going to be out until after the international break. Moises Caicedo is as important in the Chelsea squad as Cole Palmer. So if we lose Moises Caicedo, Chelsea should just shut up shop. Let's just call it a day and call it a quit and prepare for next season. That's just my take on this. Okay? Giving minutes to players that are not 100% fit is really, really risky. Hasty fatigue, drop in performances, and could also compound injuries. The board's failure here is not just in transfers but in medical or injury planning and recovery, which is just anyway. I just hope that Moises Caicedo is protected as best as he can. Okay, so yeah. Uh, Maresca says he was also asked about his trust in the younger the youth, and he said that Josh Achempong has played in defense. McGill's development is being monitored. Estevão is being worked through different positions. Moves from moves. It's going to move from. It wants him to slowly grow into become consistent playing on the wing. That's what I gather from everything he said before he slowly introduces him to playing from the midfield or the 10 position, because that position is physically demanding. And I hear him on this, yeah. It means that I hope it's just not for the sake of the saying sake, and that it actually means what it. But for me, I just think that the best thing for we can do for Estevao is just keep him on the wing. It looks everything that Chelsea wanted in a winger, playing from the position that he's currently playing in. I don't fancy him. Maybe he's gonna do even more than he's doing right now if he gets to play from the 10 position. But I just feel like we should just leave him, Maresca leave him and help him grow and develop better playing from the wing. That's just my take on that. And then he was also asked about injuries and fatigue on the squad and uncertainties over who is fully fit. And Maresca has had to manage the mental side. This is what he said. He said tomorrow's lineup will depend heavily on who is ready, not just who Maresca, who he wants. Okay, and I just expect him, and I hope that he's going to be cautious with his lineup was squad rotation, and this is why I'm always saying that Maresca needs to trust the squad better. He's going to be shooting himself in the foot. Okay, when we have Garnacho, good news. The good thing is that Garnacho played against Benfica, and he didn't do bad. He didn't do pretty great, but he did pretty good. And it was through him Chelsea got the only goal that um, helped us better Benfica in the scoreline. So yeah, I expect him to be very cautious, but then again, we don't have uh, a lot of fit players like Caicedo, like Enzo Fernandez. We don't even have Cole Palmer and all that. So I don't know what could be going through his head right now, but I just hope that he's very cautious with the lineup against the Liverpool game. So yeah, I think that's basically all that um, Maresca has said in the press conference. So to wrap up, I'll just say a couple of things because the we have about, according to Maresca in the conference in the interview, he said that we have nearly close to 8 players out injured, and this has to do with Levi Cole Palmer, Liam Delap, Dario Sugo. We are just trying to get Romeo Lavia back, and we still cannot rely on him so much like that. Uh, what other players? But according to Maresca, I said we have about 8 players that are out for the game, and that's pretty wild. And this is not on Maresca now. This is on the board. This is complete F. This is a complete F in terms of the squad planning. It's one thing to make transfers or recruit players, okay, for the sake of trying to develop them and flip them for profit. And then it's another thing to recruit players for the purpose of uh, trying to improve the squad and the team. And this is where the board has actually let Maresca down. Like, he's been dealt the wrong hand. Well, I don't want to go into that anymore. But now like I said, the cracks are beginning to show. The cracks are beginning to show. Fortunately, we have a Badiashile back, okay, from injury. But then again, we all know that Badiashile is just one inconsistent player. We do not know the kind of Badiashile that will show up each time he's called into the lineup. So just the board has they've failed Maresca, but then again that has happened, and Maresca needs to learn to adapt and evolve, like he said, and use the current crop of players that he's got. He's got to have to use them as best as he can. This is not about him trying to see if one player is good or not. Okay, there's a reason why the Chelsea hierarchy spent millions of dollars getting players like Gittins and what's the other guy's name? Garnacho. And for some reason, we had to recall Guiu. And on that, there's a report or a post that was made that said that if Guiu plays even a minute this season before the January transfer window, that he's not going to be able to play even if he gets sold or loaned out to another club, because he can't play for more than 2 teams in one season. And this is where I think that Chelsea are probably, this is my thinking. Yeah, I think that Chelsea will let Guiu go to Strasbourg and then have Emmanuel Emega come the other way. And right now, I think I'll take Emega than not have any target man at all. There was also a post that stated that Chelsea considered going into the market for a striker during the last 48 hours of the window, but apparently there was no credible or standout striker in the market for Chelsea to get. And then if they say that maybe this is due to the financial constraints that Chelsea are facing due to the FF financial fair play and UEFA the agreement Chelsea have with UEFA on what to spend and how to spend or blah 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 blah. I don't want to go. I'm not the finance expert, so I don't really. I can't go into details as regards that. But what I'm trying to say in essence is that I think that maybe due to financial constraint, Chelsea could not spend so much. And otherwise, I would have said if that be the case, what happened to Mateta of Crystal Palace? There are also other good strikers in the Premier League that Chelsea could have actually gone for, but they chose not to. You could have also decided to go out of the Premier League to get, because I understand that the Premier League, getting players in the Premier League or from Premier League clubs are quite expensive. Okay, because of the English media trying to big up players and all that. That's fine. But I think that they could have gone out of the Premier League to get a target man. I'm sure that we could have found one, but then again, for 8 hours towards the end of the summer window, would have there was no way to not have cost an arm and a leg. So yeah, all I that's all I can say as regards that. So yeah, let me wrap up with my lineup for the game between Chelsea and Liverpool at the Bridge tomorrow. Maresca has confirmed that we have quite a long list of players out, so I'm going to think that this will be something. This lineup will be something close to what Maresca is thinking. So let's just go straight into it. So I have Sanchez in goal. I have Joel Ato and Badiashile as the centre back pairing. Rhys James as a right back. Cucurella as a left back. In the midfield base, I have Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. And from the 10, I'm putting Estevão William because we don't have Cole Palmer. And on the right, we have Garnacho. No, sorry. On the left, we've got Garnacho, and on the right, we've got Pedro Neto. And up top, we have João Pedro. And the reason I'm having João Eto and Badiashile as a centre back pairing is because, first off, we watched João Eto play in the last game against Brighton, and we could see that he was very comfortable playing from the centre back with Trevor Chalobah. And we also watched Badiashile play against Benfica, and you could see how immense it was at the back. It was colossal, and it was everything. But the problem you have with Badiashile is that if each time he's called to the lineup, you also have to pray that we get this kind of Badiashile that we saw against Benfica. And tomorrow against Liverpool, if we can get anything close to what we got against Benfica, I mean, it will go a long way. And that although there are two left footers, but we've seen Levi Colwill and Badiashile play the centre back pairing before Levi Colwill got injured. So yeah, I want to think that they can replicate this in Badiashile and Joel Ato. Against Liverpool tomorrow, Chelsea would want to end the losing streak and cannot afford to lose a third game on the row. and Liverpool having lost to Crystal Palace, and then during the week they lost against who was it they played against? I can't even remember the name. My head is messed up right now. They lost in the Champions League as well, so I'm sure that they don't want to lose a third game on the row. Otherwise, pressure starts to mount. So, yeah, I think that Chelsea have to be in their A game tomorrow against Liverpool because we are up against team and players like Mohamed Salah, and I believe that Cucurella is going to be up for the challenge against Mohamed Salah tomorrow. We have Ekitike who is firing. We have Isak and then Cody Gakpo. In the midfield, I'm not even going to talk about Florian Wirtz because I don't even rate him. It looks like he's still struggling, and this is the thing. I'm not going to clamp on him and I'm not going to come on him because I know that it's still trying to adjust. We need to give him close to middle of the season to see a better Florian Wirtz, and the same thing goes to Jamie Gittins. So I'm not going to talk about anything as regards to players coming from the leagues like Germany or Italy or any other league. They need time to bed and adapt to the intensity and demands of the Premier League. It's hot, high intense game in the Premier League. So I'm sure that over time they will get used to it and they will blend and we'll see different players. I want to hope this is the case for Gittins. I couldn't care less for Florian Wirtz because he doesn't play for Chelsea, and that's just it. That is just the Chelsea fan in me speaking. Yeah, so for this game, I Chelsea have to be in their top and their A game tomorrow to stand any chance of coming away with 3 points from this game tomorrow. And I'm going to back my team to win, at least to draw the game. At the worst, a draw. At best, a win because we're playing at Stamford Bridge. We're not going to Anfield. This is at Stamford Bridge, and I want to believe that the fans will play the 12th man in the team to help the team see the game to the end and come out positive with a positive result. So on this one, I think it's going to be a high scoring game. To be honest, I'm going to say Chelsea 3, Liverpool 2. That's my take, and that's that's my heart's telling me that, but my head is telling me it's gonna end in a tie. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below, and also what you guys think about everything that's also been talked about. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so that you're notified each and any time that I make a post. And yeah, tomorrow after the game, unfortunately, yeah, I might not be able to sit down to watch the game tomorrow because I've got some important errands that I need to run tomorrow. But I'm going to watch the game afterwards when I return, and I'm going to give my match reaction afterwards. So until we meet again, it's Chelsea first, rivals next. Peace.